According to Switzerland's law, social animals like guinea pigs must have a buddy with them at all times. Owning only one is considered animal abuse and is illegal, just as much as manslaughter or abuse or anything else.
According to what law?
According to Switzerland's law.
That would be a Swiss law.
Yep. Wasn't that sad?
That is pretty sad.
It kind of makes it like it's one of those things where you never really truly think about it until you think about it, right?
Well, why only guinea pigs? Why not any other animal? Because we're all social animals.
Well, no, it's saying it said social animals like, you know, for example, like guinea pigs.
Oh, okay.
Lamborghini.
I thought it was only for Lamborghini pigs.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, what did you? Isn't that like? Here's the thing. The whole thing started because I was thinking about dogs this morning, and I'm like, we give them too much damn attention and too much care. I'm dead serious. And I saw a case. Okay, last week this happened. There was a pit bull that got a hold of two toddlers and ripped their faces off to death, basically. The owners, which are the parents, were trying everything they could do to detach the jaw from whatever it's biting onto, which happened to be the toddler's head and the other baby's face, basically.
Man.
Witnessing them dying. And we still get the same question. Are we going to put down the dog?
I mean, obviously in that scenario, like, that is such...
Yes, but I don't know if you'll believe me, but there are scenarios where it's just, that's not the case. They're like, no, poor dog. Like, the dog, it's not his fault that he was abused.
I do think for most cases it's tougher because human beings have such a strong connection with dogs. Like, we co-evolved with them, so...
I don't think it's human beings.
What do you mean?
Dude, I know if human beings that are so far away from loving dogs, and I know human beings that just absolutely would put a dog over a human.
Or just like a lot of people in first world countries. How about that?
Yeah.
Because we have the luxury to have a dog and to have multiple dogs and provide for them, do all this other crazy stuff.
But again, I mean, I see it more as like this. Do you like animals? Because it's either you like animals or you don't. It's not you like dogs. You know, you have a preference to what animal you like the most.
Sure.
Right? But in America, as you can see, we have this like syndrome of, oh, dude, the guy got ran over into a pancake last night. That's fine. As long as it wasn't a dog, you know, we're good.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird because if the dog was the one that was like pancaked last night, bro, you wouldn't hear the end of it. We'd be grieving for 3 years, not 3 days. You feel me?
I think it's because honestly, people think, and I'm actually more of a believer of it, but people think that animals, especially dogs, are just more innocent than human beings.
Yeah, this discussion is interesting because then why are we allowed to eat them? You know what I mean? There are certain animals, like they're animals. It's a kingdom, and it's just in a specific tier we're allowed to eat certain animals, right? So that means we are offing them in a certain way.
Well, that's only a minority of humanity. Keep in mind.
Yeah, but then like
nobody in the U.S.
But
does
here's
that,
the thing. So my question is, I think, is how come when you want to describe someone that is being savage or whatever, you describe it with he has a characteristic of like animosity or he's an animal, you know?
Mm-hmm. Savage or something like that.
Yeah. So that means that we have a preference usually. So I don't think all, you know, like if a dog hurts a human being, we're going to put down the dog. I don't care what the other side is.
It does depend on the scenario. It absolutely does. Because if you're talking about like getting bit on the hand.
No, not getting bit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's getting mauled, and it's actually, if it's causing even 1% of trauma, let's just say that. 1% of trauma, like something that's going to actually chase you for the rest of your life, like it's a fear.
Yeah.
That animal needs to get the hell out. It should not be a pet. There's a difference between like loving animals and then having certain things as pets. Because the way I've seen it is every pit bull ever has always been aggressive.
Not every pit bull.
I said, in my experience, I've met a lot. I've met a lot from all sizes. Yes. And it's just like, they've now carried this demeanor of like, they're guard dogs. They're brutal, actual machines. Right? Have you seen a video of a lockdown jaw on somebody? Like from a pit bull?
No, but I can assume it's brutal.
No trying, dude. 7 people could be like unhinging it. Nothing.
Yeah.
So good luck. And if you're down to have that as a pet, that's insane. Right?
Yeah. You know, this is...
No, but it pisses me off. I think it just genuinely pisses me off that we devalue human beings, okay? In terms that they're innocent little beings that have blah, blah, blah. But they just ate your baby's face off, okay? There's a lot of contradicting things there, and it's going to be... If you suck at making decisions, I can see why he would be like, don't put down the dog, you know?
I can also see, like, okay, there are like 3 things I want to mention here. First of all, if you're in a scenario where your dog kills both of your newborn babies, was that the scenario?
Pretty much. They were toddlers.
You're conflicted so because it's like, I just lost 2 of the most precious entities in my life.
Yeah.
And then I also have this very important creature in my life that I love, which has caused this pain. So like, what do? I get that.
Yeah. Well, there's a problem rooted in it to begin with, which is why I'm saying you're valuing it higher.
Yeah.
From the very moment you got the dog, which is like, it's just it's getting worse than money attachment at this point. You know, getting emotional about money, getting emotional about a dog is far worse than for me. Like it's turning into this thing where it's just like, you know, you're acting like a fool, but you don't want to stop acting like a fool.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know it.
And then like
so just keep playing it.
My second point is that there is a stigma against certain breeds of dogs because they have been used.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, I've seen a lot of online debates too, where it's like, you know, not all of them, sometimes it's all trauma. And it's like, well, if a certain breed has a track record of these things happening, right? Because if I happen to see one video from that one specific day, imagine what happened the rest of the year for the rest of eternity beforehand. I don't know how many things have been claimed, right? So if something has a track record of being ultimately negative, why are we still feeding into it?
I say we can agree that we have to approach it more carefully with certain breeds.
100%. Okay. 100%. Because you can't tell me that a German Shepherd or a Golden Retriever is the same thing as a pit bull, right? Especially those rescue ones, man. The ones that have been like whipped and shit, and then they come back, right? Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God, it's a white family's home, and you're like, oh, you just can like get annihilated, right? Yeah. And then as a human being, you're like, oh my God, I feel so bad for the family. They lost all their kids, and to them, they're like, no, we lost a dog. Can you imagine that happening? And in my eyes, that is a real scenario that has happened.
That's a misplaced priority in my mind. And then a third thing that I wanted to bring up is like, whenever a lion or a tiger or a gorilla does this sort of thing, like maybe a kid gets into the enclosure and it gets killed, automatic, getting shot, just annihilated. Yeah. But I think the reason why we do that is because those are like, we see them as predators. So we don't have that intimate connection that we would with a dog or some other.
Well, I hope to live to see everyone get smarter, which is, you know, because I'm sick of hearing that same story, bro. And same thing with like the babysitter girl.
What babysitter?
She was going to babysit or house sit for somebody, right? They were like, oh, come on over. We'll show you the house. They open the door. The dog just immediately mauls her face.
Wow.
She's lucky to be alive. She doesn't have a face anymore. Sucks. Ruined her entire life. Why? Because he wanted to own that stupid animal.
Have you ever been chased by a dog?
I have been chased by a dog.
Yeah. I've never been chased by a dog, but it is terrifying. Like just being around a dog that you don't know their tendencies, whether they're going to hurt you or not. Yeah. That's very intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, I've always stuck to, like, yes, like I fear it and I know how to handle it, obviously. You gotta yell back at it. And you gotta actually be more frozen than anything. If you're running away scared, it's usually gonna, that's just like any other animal. Yeah. So like a bee, I use the same bee concept that I do. If you see a bee, just stand still, it'll go away.
Or a hornet. Do you do that for hornets?
For hornets?
I usually get away from hornets.
I kind of just like...
I don't trust those motherfuckers.
I keep my energy low, and I kind of just like swipe away. Just kind of like...
Miguel.
Don't be a Miguel for sure.
Don't be a Miguel.
Yeah, but I hope to God someone out there understands me, because I think that's just
No, people understand you. It's just a touchy subject. It's like politics, money, anything like that, because people love their dogs.
Yeah, and before anyone says like, "Oh, dude, you just like cats more," no, it has nothing to do with cats versus dogs. I'm just saying that a dog is an animal, right? And as human beings, sometimes if you want to disgustingly describe someone, you use an animal. So therefore, animal is this thing that you can hate and love, all right?
But we love our animal friends. In general, we love our animal friends.
I like pets, right? And if you pick a good pet, you know Joe, bro. My cat.
Joe's the boy.
No cat like him.
Joe's not even a boy. He's a man.
He's the man, G.
But here's another thing. People also need to understand the difference between life and death. If they are in a life and death scenario, you should be very swift in terms of seeing a dog or some other animal as a threat and killing them right away.
Yeah.
Because it's your life over another creature's. Yeah. That's just how it is.
Yeah. It's so funny that when it's in an urgent time, the priorities really start to show instinctively, right? The natural.
Oh yeah, bro. Gender roles, all of a sudden once shit hits the fan, it's all of a sudden, I will cook for you at home, baby. Yeah. You go to war, fight. Come back, just make sure you're alive, and I'll take care of all the simple things here.
Not just that, it's just everything else, too.
It's
besides a woman, right? It's everything. Everything starts to show. And it's like, when you start a business with your homies, I don't know if anyone has ever done that, okay? When you start a business with your homies, it's the funniest thing. I sent you a TikTok this morning, right? And it was like, you're taking a walk, and you're like, dude, bro, I really thought of the sickest business idea.
Water
bottles, bro. Are you serious? Who doesn't drink water? Oh my God, that's genius. How do we not think of that? Okay, it starts off all solid, like you're hyped and shit, right? You get the money together, and you're like, this is barely anything to begin with. And then you start assigning tasks to people. Now we're going to start really, truly thinking about it and be like, what is everyone's strength and weakness?
Yeah. What are you good at? What
I haven't really thought about this. And then like, it turns into this like massive crap show of
I've seen that happen, not within my like immediate, I mean close circle, not immediate, but I've seen it happen where it just all breaks down because like two people are doing the work, the rest are just like effing off.
Exactly. And then it's just like
one's being like the face of it, and
you
like
can tell the seriousness percentages of everybody is just really appears. It's hilarious.
It's different.
Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, people's little quirks and whatever. It's kind of funny. Oh man, but yeah, the truth is what we seek, and nothing but the truth.
Did we just rant about dogs for like?
Yeah, we did.
20 minutes.
Well, I mean, I was angry about it. I was passionate about it because it's I've read too much stuff, you know, where people just comment like negative things, and. No, I'm serious, bro.
No, I'm laughing because I'm thinking of something I don't want to mention.
No, I'm serious because it's like the care for another human being is nowhere near the way it used to be.
Yeah, it really isn't.
And you'd think I'm kidding. Like, I was golfing with someone the other day, and I was telling them, like, I was kind of like making a joke. And I'm like, dude, if we heard a motorcycle like flying through and then it just stopped, and I was like, dude, imagine we just see his body flying through here, right? Like through the golf course, and it just hits
God.
And we're like, oh damn. And I pull out my phone, just start recording. Like,
yeah, that's weird, right? Dude.
And here's the thing is, everybody that's recording is yelling the same thing.
Go help
somebody help him. Somebody. Well, if we keep saying that, if it's going to turn into a reaction of somebody, by the time somebody actually does something, he's done. It's done. And it could be, and like, why don't you be the somebody? People used to like fight to be the somebody, you know? Like, hey, I'm here to save the day. No.
Well, you know, it takes a very specific personality for somebody to do that.
That personality is gone.
It's not gone. It's just rare. Well, it's relatively rare compared to most of the population.
What I mean by gone is it's probably inside manifesting some other deeper shit right now. Because
yeah. And then like you have to think about this mass psychosis. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, of course.
Like during the jab pandemic, all of that, mass psychosis was a real thing. So you get large numbers of people who act emotionally and believe in a certain idea that's propagated to them. They're not going to think logically. And I think that plays a major role when it comes to certain scenarios. In the case that you brought up, like this is why I remember Kai bringing this up. He's like, if you are in that scenario, you have to be very specific in calling out one member, one person. You go grab this, help me out right now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, everyone's gonna be like, you know, playing a game of telephone.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
But you need your chauffeur.
Yeah.
Man, that's insane. What was the thought I had? That was a good point.
It's the difference between saving somebody's life and having them die.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
It's crazy, dude. But yeah, that personality trait is really hard to find. I think at least I'd like to believe that I'm one of these people, you know?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing too. Like when it comes time for the scenario.
I'm usually pretty good because here's the thing. I've been put into situations where something insane had just happened or is about to happen or is happening, right? So I remember there was one time where I literally froze.
You had no idea what to do.
I had no idea. And it wasn't that I had no idea. Is that I had so many thoughts coming in at once that I actually couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah. So it's training on that. How do you train on that? Be in the real world.
Just put yourself in those scenarios.
Yeah, go to a construction site every now and then, you know?
Yeah.
Visit Miami.
Yeah, just visit Miami, go to downtown LA, get used to all the hecticness.
Yeah. But the personalities I don't know if they're getting weaker or just different. They're branching out.
I'll tell you what, my initial instinct isn't to record a video of somebody going through some real shit. I don't know if that's just because I was born in the late 90s.
Yeah. I feel like that has a lot to do with it.
And I had some time away from technology and away from phones.
I think it's because you saw what proper treatment is like.
Yeah.
Here's a funny thought. I've traveled for the past 12 years, like quite a lot. Okay. Months at a time even. And one thing I noticed is people always ask the question, oh, well, how do you know you're right? How do you know you're right? You're right. How's there one way to act? You know, how is like a porn star not acting shitty? Like how is she not acting shitty? Because to you, she's not acting like she's acting properly, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, well, there is a way to act, and I'll tell you exactly what everybody can do wrong, right? And what can do right. Well, what tells you what is good and right? What is good and bad, and what is right and wrong?
The whole morality thing.
The whole morality thing. Yeah. People tie it to religion. It has nothing to do with religion, bro. Trust me, if you talk to enough people from around the world, visit 30 different countries and talk to different people from around there, okay, throughout your days, you're going to see the terrible demeanor, you're going to see the great demeanor, and you're going to see the balanced one. And the balanced one, I swear to you, is the same around the world. Doesn't matter what language you speak, doesn't matter anything, all right? But the morality of like welcoming a guest, proper tone to speak.
Yeah, that's been around long before religion has. Like,
there you go. So there is a base for human being, okay? Mm-hmm. And these idiots that just come up to you and like, you know, people like start commenting on our videos.
Where's your study, bro?
Yeah. Where is it? Well, what do you mean, where is it? I'm literally telling you my life story as it goes and things that I've seen. Right? So talk to enough people, get out of Lake Tahoe, all right? And start visiting people and places other than New York. Extend, expand.
Yeah.
Discover. If you don't, you're not going to know what base is. You're not going to know you're wrong.
You know what? That's a key lesson people need to understand. Stop denying other people's direct experience.
Yeah. And in fact, do this for a test. Deny your own thoughts for a second and really put them to the test. You'll be surprised what you come out with. Mm-hmm. Be humble about your crap.
Yeah. And I even did it earlier in the episode. I'm like, what do you mean all dogs? And then I didn't realize that you were saying, in my experience, all pit bulls were like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very key thing to understand.
I just seen a lot of tragedies with that. And it's just like,
yeah,
let's prevent it. Mm-hmm. Let's put an end to it.
What do you propose as the solution? Fucking axing all pit bulls?
No, it starts with our emotional self, bro. We shouldn't put dogs above humans. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know?
But then there are a lot of people who will do that.
Don't mistreat animals, period. Just don't mistreat animals.
What about don't mistreat entities that are alive? Just all creatures. Don't mistreat them.
Yeah.
Do your best as much as possible to not.
Well, of course. But before we get there, we got to get to their touchy spot, which is the dogs, you know? Mm-hmm. And be like, get over that because we have to fix humanity.
Yeah.
Big silence there.
Oh, so many dog hate. You're gonna have so much dog hate, bro.
I don't care. Come
It's
at
gonna
me.
be funny.
Rough day.
Rough.
Having a rough day, aren't you?
What else is on your mind?
I don't know, bro. I'm just that kind of took over for a second.
You gotta almost sit with that.
Yeah,
We talked about so many things.
you do, and I think
I had something I wanted to bring up, but I forgot.
I don't know, but I think that it's just generally speaking, we need to start focusing on having each other's back because that's been long gone since before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And just doing things for the sake of the universe, bro.
Okay, what
That's
do you mean
missing.
by that?
What I mean is, listen, someone asks you for a favor, like, can you drop me off at this place on this day? And in your head, you know that this person usually doesn't appreciate things, right? And you're like, nah, why would I help him? Well, why not become the person that goes, yeah, I'll help him and see what the outcome is?
You know what? Why not?
Why not help him, right? And I know that he's not going to say thank you, and I know he's not going to do this and that, right? But I'll accept it as a form of donation to this universe and watch your life grow.
Yeah.
Good vibes only. Be the example of goodness, right? And that's what people will follow. People are going to think you're weird. They're going to be like, why is this guy always smiley and freaking positive and always has a plan B?
If that's weird these days, call me weird. I don't care.
Pathetic, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I kind of do want to stop this episode here. And I feel like we left it at a strong point.
Yeah. I mean, we have plenty of episodes coming out.
We
so.
do have a lot of episodes coming out. If you guys like this content, please share it with everybody. I demand that of you because we deserve it, right?
We do.
We do.
We've
We
put in a
absolutely
lot of
do.
work here. So
Yes. So once you do that, go ahead and rate us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube at the 2 a.m. podcast. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And until next time, we'll catch you. Peace.